Good morning. It is Friday, September 12th, 2025, just outside the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. And it is pretty early in the morning. I'm about to work from home today. Before this job, I've never worked from home. Never had a job where, well, most jobs you had to be there. Like, you had to be there because you had to physically be doing things, because I've done mostly physical jobs. But this job, one day a week, we get to work from home. Most weeks. Probably about like 48 weeks a year. There's like 4 weeks you still got to go in. So I get to work from home today. Um, this last week and a half, oof, my goodness, especially this week. So last week was about the usual. First 3-4 days of the week, really kind of on pace for what I'm wanting to do, what's healthier, making the good decisions, and then it starts to fall off a little. Then there's one day where I have some excuse where I'm just allowed to go off the rails in my own consciousness, my own conscience. Wow, it's early. I need that caffeine. And then you just fall off even more because you already fell off once. God, that pattern just circles around and around and around. And so then now I'm gonna fast for a whole day, just almost as punishment, not because I actually like it and it's good. And then I'm gonna do perfect for a few weeks. Ah, oh, it's so horrible. It's so horrible. I came very close to giving up, as in giving up this vlog, deleting it again, not continuing it, not trying to restart again and restart healthy decisions. But that's not what I want out of this year. So this year's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying. This is my home office. That is a map I got for my birthday. And my personal computer, my work computers. Okay. So that is my area. That's a much better background. So I am starting again. It's been a hard week. It's been a lot of things going on. Mother-in-law had a fall, and I had to take time off to get my wife up to the dentist that I wasn't expecting, and there's some things I got to take care of around the house now because wife is on a planned trip and mother-in-law is still recovering. So it's been busy. Work's been busy, which isn't always the case. This job has been good for me because it's not as stressful as almost any job I've ever had in different ways. But it's been a busy time. So it's been busy, so even more excuses to do things that are unhealthy for me. So if somehow when things are harder, it makes it more acceptable to hurt myself. As in the food choices and sleep choices and everything else. So like I said, I'm restarting. And the beginning of that restarting is how do I do something different? Because if you restart and do it the exact same way, it'd be pretty silly to expect different results. So what I want to do is most days, I want to do this for at least 5 minutes in the morning before I really start my day. I mean, I took the dog for a walk, got cleaned up and everything, but before I really start my day and really start making choices regarding food, regarding anything, I want to do one of these and set my intentions for the day. And it might not be perfect. I might not reach them all. But if you start your day setting your intentions, speaking them out verbally, putting them out to the world, even if no one sees them, you're just putting it out there. I think maybe that'll be helpful. I haven't done that before. So I'm hopeful. I'm at the end of hopeful. I'm seeing my patterns again. That they've been for the last 20 years or so. Man, it's so hard to change your patterns. But here we go. It is Friday morning. Wife is out of town. So that would usually give me the fatty freedom of being alone tonight. So what I would usually do for the majority of the last few decades, if I'm going to have a night alone home, my mother-in-law will be home, but I'll be separate part of the house. We're not going to hang out probably. But I would, definitely, as soon as work's done, would go to the store, get the usual groceries, then also get what would end up being probably 2,000 to 3,000 calories at least of just junk food that tonight, when I'm alone in a room where no one can see me, I'm just eating all of it. I'm going to have it edible. And then it tastes even better. And then there's no really thinking about it. That is absolutely what I would do. I don't want to do that tonight. I never want to do that. I don't want it before it happens, and the next day. I never want to do that. But I do it constantly. So I don't want to do that tonight. So today I'm taking the dog to the groomers. And on the way back, I'm doing a little shopping for my mother-in-law because she's a little too sore to go shopping on her own. And so when I do that, I'm going to go shopping for me. And I am going to get a treat for myself tonight. One singular treat, much less than 1,000 calories. I'm not going to bring any other junk food in the house because we don't have any junk food in the house right now, really. Because I've eaten it all this last week and a half. Because it's been not an ideal week of choice making. So today I'm gonna go shopping for her, and when I'm there, I'm gonna get a lot of good healthy foods that I like. I'm gonna get some good green grapes. I'm gonna get some cherries, and those are my very sweet. I can eat almost as many as I want, and then that's not ideal. It's better than getting a bag. Can't use my second hand. This big of M&Ms and having almost as many as I want. Very different, very different. Still not ideal with the cherries or grapes, but very different, and we're just working on better. So you just get a bag of cherries, get a bag of grapes. I'm gonna get some ingredients to make some meatballs. I love making some meatballs and sausage, letting them sit in this sauce. I can have those available. Have some other meat choices that are available, and that's what I want to do. Have a bunch of food here and ready, because I'm going to eat. I can say I'm not going to. I can say I'm gonna lessen the calories. I can say I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to have food in my mouth. It's going to happen. So let's have some good choices in the house today. Tonight, I don't want to binge. So hopefully I won't. I have a plan to help me not do that. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do today. That is my number one goal by far, is to not binge tonight. And I want my usual movement. I already walked Zane once. I'm going to walk him again before we go to the groomers. I'm going to take him to the park tonight. I'm going to get my steps in. I'm going to get my movement in. And I'm going to do a couple of things around the house after work. It makes me feel very good. I like the feeling of accomplishment and the feeling that it gives for everyone else in the house when I do a few things around the house. So I'm going to do some things around the house tonight. I'm going to get my steps in. I'm going to get my movement in. I'm going to get healthy choices in the house tonight. I am going to get myself a treat because if I don't, it might be a little bit too far in the other direction considering how much I would usually binge tonight. So I'm going to get myself something for tonight. And then my second biggest goal, a lot of food related goals are coming. Ooh, I might be a little manic. I'm talking quicker than usual. Big goal tonight, because last night, overnight, I ate a couple of times overnight. And that overnight eating, I know, I got to look up, see if there's some studies on it. That eating overnight is just horrible. It messes with your sleep. It messes with your digestion. It messes with everything. You're just not supposed to be eating throughout the night. And that's been a habit too, especially when I'm alone, when the wife's out of town or not, or she's sleeping. So that's the other thing I don't want to do tonight. I don't want to eat overnight. So it is Friday. I'll be up late-ish. 10 p.m., 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Last thing I'll put in my mouth at is food. 9 p.m. Nothing between 9 p.m. and when I wake up at 6, 7, 8 a.m. tomorrow. So 9 p.m., no other food tonight. So a little more goal-oriented, a little more focused on today instead of the big picture. I'm going to narrow it down to today because I haven't done a lot of good todays. If I can do a couple good todays in a row, get back to a little more broader picture, bigger picture of life, of relationships, of what we're doing on this planet. But today, I'm going to focus on today. So I'm going to get the movement in, going to get healthy food, going to not binge tonight, going to not eat past 9 o'clock. And those are my goals. That's what I want to do today. So here I am, back at it, trying again for the infinity time. But it's important. When I fantasize and picture, that I have a bunch of changes in my actions and in my priorities, and I go 6 months, I go a year with that, and I weigh 50 pounds less, and I'm 250 pounds, 240 pounds again, which I haven't been since I was in my 20s. When I fantasize about that, oh God, I love that thought, I love that feeling. but it takes so much consistency over such a big period of time to do that. So this is day one. I won't expect to be perfect today. I won't expect to be perfect for the whole year, but it is really important. I really want to try this so bad. Because this isn't going to, I mean, I'm 50 already. It's not going to happen when I'm 50 usually. It's not going to happen when I'm 55. It's not going to happen when I'm 65. The older I get, the harder it gets. And it's already been hard. So there's some urgency. There's some urgency to get this started and do it properly. So there we are. We are on day one of this attempt. And September 12th, we are almost 3 weeks through the year. This one long year. Well, thank you again. And thank you to Paul. Thank you, Paul, for trying to become a better man.